Hello, this is Manesh Patel with the EII Capital Group. This is September 6, 2010. This is the weekly Ichimoku analysis for the currency market. Let's begin because we've got a lot to cover today. This normal disclaimer, all the charts are either in Thinkorswim or TradeStation. Here are my contact details. You can contact me at mpatel@eiicapital.com, or you can follow us on Twitter, or you can go to our website and check out all the other Ichimoku resources that are available. If you want to learn more about the heat map that we're going to be using today, please contact us there too. Okay, so let's go look at the heat map. You guys have seen from the other videos what the heat map is. This is the Ichimoku rating system. What we're looking for is for bullish scenarios, you're looking for a rating that's 5, 6, 7, and 8, where 8 is being the most bullish. And for a bearish scenario, looking for -5 to -8, where -8 is the most bearish. Okay, and what we're looking for is we've given you two time frames, the daily and the weekly, and you're looking for consistency as far as a rating is concerned for both time frames. Reason why is the daily and weekly are trending, they're in the same direction and supporting each other, then all the other time frames will do the same too. Okay, so we're looking for trend trades because that's what the Ichimoku system is. Okay, if you look at the weekly time frame, it's bearish, and the daily is neutral. So we're going to look at the Euro USD, but that doesn't look like any trade opportunities there at all. If you look at Australian USD, they're both showing bullish. They're right at the borderline, but they're still showing bullish. So we'll go look at those. And then if you look at the SWITSI pair, US SWITSI, they're both bearish. And in fact, let's scroll down. And if you look at all the other SWITSI pairs, all of them are bearish. This is a little less bearish compared to the others. But if you look at SWITSI, SWITSI's been dominating all the other currency pairs except for Australian SWITSI. It doesn't seem like it's dominating Australian that much, but it is still dominating. So definitely go look at Australian SWITSI in a minute. Next pair, if you look at that's been dominating all the currency pairs, has been the yen. And if you could see that it's been dominating all the currency pairs except Australian too. So it seems like Australia is still strong compared to the yen and SWITSI, unlike all the other pairs where yen and SWITSI has been dominating those currencies completely. We'll go check out the Australian SWITSI in a minute too. Okay, so let's start off by looking at the weekly time for the Euro USD, as we normally do on the week, and let's zoom in. Okay, last week, this is the bar that happened last week. If you look at listen to the video, the previous video, we're waiting for a close above the Kijun-sen to kind of see exactly what happens. Or we were looking for a break below this last week, previous week's low right here. We did not go even close to that low at all. In fact, last week we sat there, we opened up, and then we went a little low, didn't quite get to the bottom of the previous week's low, and then we yanked up and made a huge move up. Okay, and if you look at it, we actually closed above the Kijun-sen. When that also occurred, the Kijun-sen Tinkin-sen flip, which is a bullish scenario as far as the Tinkin-sen Kijun-sen relationship is concerned. Okay, so now we got major conflict going on, and so we got to see what's going to happen. Just because we've closed above the Kijun-sen really is not telling us much yet. We have to wait and see what's going to happen. We've given you two lines here. We're going to go to the daily time frame, and we're going to zoom in, and we're going to see exactly what levels we need to watch to kind of see exactly which way this thing's going to go. Okay, right now there is no trade or trend, but the weekly is bearish sentiment, but there is no trend at all. If you look at the daily time frame, basically we went into the cloud held, and then we did not break through the cloud at all. So the bearish momentum was not strong enough to break through the cloud at all as of yet. Doesn't mean it won't be, but right now it's not. Bulls didn't win either. Reason why is they did not close above the Kijun-sen at all. So right now, basically, there's a tug of war going on. No one's winning this war at all. Okay, we've given you two levels here. One is 30.29 and one is 26.06. These are the two key levels to watch to see exactly what happens. That was our last line of defense. For the bullish side, 30.29 has to break this level in order for it to go retest this high and possibly keep on going higher for a counter trend bullish trade. Now I'm saying counter trend, reason why is we are still bearish as far as the weekly is concerned. Any bullish trade is a counter trend trade, okay? Now on the bearish side, we're waiting for the 2606 level. This has to be broken. If that breaks, then it has a possibility of getting down to this 2213 level, and then possibly going down to this, retesting the lows down here. Okay, but it's not going to happen until we wait and see what happens here. Okay, there's a thick cloud. It can't sit there and break through it, but momentum's got to be on its side. Okay, so really, if you're day trading, be very, very careful. But this thing can go either way. If you look at the range, that's close to a 400 pip range that this thing sits there is going to consolidate in. So on a day trader, you could sit there, go down to lower time frames and kind of swing trade between those two levels and make some really good money. But be very careful when you get to those boundaries. Keep your stops very tight and make sure you preserve your money and don't give back any profits that you have made. Okay, so now let's go look at the US yen pair. I want to go look at the US yen pair real fast, and then also the US FTSE. If we look at the US yen pair, it's been basically in a bearish trend. It is bearish trending, however, it's at a major floor right now, and it can't seem to break this 83.20, 83.82 level. So I'll be very careful in taking any long-term positions to the bearish side for the US yen at all. I would definitely look for counter trend opportunities once it goes above this Cajun value on the daily, but right now that's where you're going to probably get the most profit. But if you try to short this over here and it just kind of does a stop run where it goes a little below it and then comes back up, you're not going to make much money. I think it's riskier to sit there and take a bearish trade on this right now, long term or short term, compared to taking a counter trend trade. On a counter trend, you definitely need to wait. Let's go look at US FTSE. US FTSE. It's at a ceiling floor right now too, and it's made a huge move. So you could see that it's trended, so it went sideways, trended down again, and it's kind of at par, almost at par right now. So you know, it's going to be interesting to see exactly what this thing gets to when it gets to par at 10000. But I have a feeling that this is the bearish trend for a while on this is over. So I think it's just like the US yen. It's riskier to take a bearish trade, but start looking for bullish opportunities on this trade. But be very careful right now because you're going to be going against the trend. Remember, these are counter trend plays. So unless you know how it's successful with trend trading, I definitely wouldn't sit there and look at counter trend opportunities at all. Okay, let's go look at the Australian yen, because that was interesting. Australian yen, if you notice, yen has been dominating all the currency pairs except this one. And it's interesting because if you look at it, this is the daily time frame. This guy is actually above the cloud, which is pretty interesting. The future's bullish too. So this guy is sitting there. It's actually just ranging away right now. And if you look at it, he's making higher lows and lower lows. So this kind of forming a triangle, and they're kind of consolidating tighter and tighter into a tighter band range. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly what happens with this guy. But definitely look for opportunities on a bullish side for US yen on this pair. Okay. I think that's it for this week. If you have any questions, please contact us. Here are my contact details again. You can follow us on Twitter at Ichimoku Trading. And hopefully you have a good week trading. Thank you.